another each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello, good evening, all that other stuff. I'm gonna probably wait another minute, let people get on if they can. It's 9 o'clock at night, so I just had some thoughts on this, and it'll be a good rewatch too. And no, I'm not gonna sit here and slam recovery coaching. Um, it's just that there's some things that are not set up right that kind of makes recovery coaching a little scary. It can be a little scary. And when I mean scary, I mean letting these people out to help other people. But didn't I just get done saying we need all of you, right? So here's the thing. I said I was going to wait a minute, so I should probably do that. So what I did is and this isn't my own information. This is information that I've collected from SAMHSA. Okay. So that means it's the same information that everybody gets about what recovery coaching is, what it is we can do, what are our limitations. Okay. Because I find in recovery coaching that we do a lot of advice giving. And we've got to watch that. We're more of a guide than we are anything else, right? And until we are regulated, until recovery coaching is actually regulated, it's going to be kind of a mishappen thing. There's contention on different things, like how long should you be sober and free of drugs and alcohol before you become a recovery coach? That's a big question right there. SAMHSA says 1 year, and that's what I say too. I actually would prefer 2, but that was my experience. Okay. I didn't feel like I was ready to start doing this until I was about 3 years sober. But I had a lot of other things going on that I needed to take care of, and not everybody's in that position. So a year is a good time, and 6 months, a good amount of time. I can appreciate 6 months, but there's still a lot of work to be done. I wasn't healed in a year. I'm still healing, right? And I've had to go through a lot of different steps to get there. So really, when we're a recovery coach, your resources, okay, and what you have decided to educate yourself on is what's going to matter, right? So let's take it. I'm going to go to the. Sorry, I was watching a funny video. Anyway, okay. Oh man, it took my search away. Recovery coaching.
According to Wikipedia, recovery coaching is a form of strengths-based support for people with addictions or in recovery from alcohol, other drugs, codependency, or other addictive behaviors.
So all sorts of addictive behaviors, right? Like lying. lying is says here, what does a recovery coach do? Recovery coaches are one form of peer support. They involve the process of giving and receiving non-clinical assistance to support long-term recovery from substance use disorders. And that's where we're going through, and this is where recovery coaches we're pushing the envelope a little too much on this, because some of this starts to get into advice giving. Okay. But it's giving and receiving. Are you receiving? From what I know, when I was a recovery coach, I utilized my own resources because I was broke, like Medicaid, food banks. I had to utilize my own resources. There wasn't enough money in it. So how are these people making all this money? It's not legitimate. It just isn't. I wish it was, and I wish you guys could go out there and have your parties and all that other stuff, but it's not conducive to what we do. Do we get to enjoy life? Yes, we do. But service work has got to come first, right? What makes a good recovery coach? Being familiar with the theoretical models of addiction. Can anybody tell me one theoretical, all you recovery coaches out there, tell me one theoretical model of addiction? I'll wait because you don't know them, do you? You sure don't. Some of them would. There'd be some of us out there that would. So you got to continue educating yourself. Becoming a recovery coach is a fantastic start. That's a good start. But it's not set up or conducive to be a long-term career right now. If you want to take a look at something like that, your best bet is to go to a bigger corporate, and I'll bring up a company I don't work for, Mental Health Corporation of Denver. They could always use your help. Always. Right? So if we're doing these things, where are all these recovery coaches at? Because C-Car's down there bragging in the Springs about how much they're training and how much they're doing, but I'm just not seeing the people. Where are they at? Where are you shuttling them off to afterwards? What is actually going on? Do we know? For some reason, I had a feeling that we're only getting half the story. How long do you have to be sober to be a recovery coach? 1 year. 1 year. How do you get certified as a recovery coach? First, you'll need to be clean and sober for over 1 year, be at least 18, and have a GED or high school diploma. Okay? We could always lie about our time, can't we? Yes, I know who you are. I can usually tell just by talking to somebody. Why do I want to be a recovery coach? Great question. Work as a recovery coach is a chance for you to help others create a new life for themselves. Not only can you help yourself and your family by growing income, not true. Not true. Let me tell you something. You're going to get paid one of two ways from being a recovery coach, either cash or insurance. Okay? So, let's say I have 10 clients and they're all on Medicaid. Okay? 10 times 20, that's what I'm going to make. $200 for 10 hours of work. And that's only when you're actually working. What about all the other time? Like setting yourself up to become a corporation, getting your own bank account for that. A lot of recovery coaches can't get bank accounts because they owe money somewhere else. There's a trick around that when you own a company. I know, because I own a company. I utilize my EIN now for my credit. Right? There's a lot of different things in recovery coaching that aren't being utilized. Right? Now, a recovery coach will do things like help you get your license back. They should not be recommending meds. They should not be recommending meds, essentially. Now, they may refer you to a therapist that they know. That's fantastic. But then you are to stay out of that. Okay? We are guides. You cannot get clinical with them. I'd love to see your DAT notes because I guarantee you're getting clinical with them. Okay? Here's the problem. Since there is no one direction to really go, it's all up in the air. And we alcoholics and addicts don't do well with that. We don't know how to handle power. We don't know how to handle responsibility, especially in that first year of sobriety. Especially. Okay? If you walked in somewhere, you're going to a sober living, and you found out that the manager had 2 months of sobriety, would you feel all that comfortable? Because I sure the fuck would not. feel that comfortable. Okay. I've been doing this too long. I've seen millions, not millions, but thousands. I've met thousands of people. Okay? And I watch the course every single time. Okay? The one thing that I do not like is making it to where somebody has to have a recovery coach. In other words, you go to a sober living and then they say, at our sober living, you must go to a recovery coach. Well, that is where we start to have problems. That's where the division starts. See, we aren't thinking about the clients, we're thinking about ourselves. Well, I'm helping, but why are people getting so mad about not having enough clients then? Because you don't want to do the work to go get them. That's why. You think it's just going to be fucking handed to you. No. Recovery coaching is a hard fucking job if you're doing it correctly. It is a hard, tedious, non-paying job. It doesn't pay that much. It pays more than what I make. But the difference is this. When I go in and work for 8 hours, I get paid for 8 hours. You do not. So therefore, I make more than you do. And I know that. And when I see people going on trips and doing all this other stuff, then I know that something is up. Because there's just not enough money in recovery coaching for us to build all these things, to do these things. When I did it and I was doing it correctly, I still had to be on EBT because I just didn't make enough money. I was making like $200 a month because I was doing it the right way. It is not set up and it is not conducive. Personally, I think we should just take the whole insurance thing out of the game and start being accountable. How does that feel? Because I think that's a fantastic idea. I tell you now, there's a lot of people out there that would no, you can't do that. Why? Because we're going to cut off your income stream because you're fucking around? Right? No, you cannot have a client live at your house. That is illegal. Us handing out clinical advice is illegal. You can get in trouble for that. You can go to jail for that shit, claiming that you're a therapist when you are not. Can land you in big fucking trouble. It's called impersonation. You ever hear of people impersonating police officers? Well, we got a bunch of recovery coaches out there impersonating therapists. And it's got to stop because it's killing us. It's actually killing us. It's not making it better. I promise you that. Because I'm the one on the fire line watching all of this. I see it all. And especially now working at Aurora Mental Health, I have access to information I did not before. And I can see everything going on. I've been doing this way too long for me not to know that you're fucking around with it. When somebody calls me, hey, Dion, we should do this, I know within the first 15 minutes on whether it's going to get done or not. Everybody has some great ideas, but we're just not following through. Why should there be a division? Why is there a division? The only reason for any division to be had is because we are fighting each other. Doesn't it take two to tango? Sure does. That hasn't left. It's still the same, right? So I'm just gonna say, be careful. Be careful. We're dealing with people's lives, and there's a right way to do this, okay? And there's a wrong way. Now, again, recovery coaching is fantastic. It's not a new idea. And that is the problem. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's the problem. that people don't know what I'm talking about. Recovery coaches. Oh, see, they're not doing their job then. Paula, if you don't know, because I talk to you a lot, right? But and you've been in the program for a while, but yet you don't know what recovery coaching is, right? That's the problem. They're not telling you. They were all cut off from insurance for 4 months. They did not tell one person, one client. No. You know what they did? They wouldn't have had bicycle runs and stuff. Maybe it's because you came in maybe because it was like in the middle of it. So I apologize if I confused you on it. Because I'm not trying to give recovery coaching a bad name. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the person, not the job, right? And what I'm saying is that it is our job to help out in a non-clinical way, and we are overstepping our bounds with that. And not only are we overstepping our bounds, but then we're charging for it, saying that we are a professional when in fact we are not. Okay. I'm going to give a really good example. This person is not a recovery coach. They own a sober living. I sent somebody over to them. It was for the third time. They turned them down. I'm not going to be sending anymore. You turned my guys down. I can't work with you. So I had them call. They did this pre-thing, and he told the client to go to Step Denver, but sent me a message saying this person needs treatment. First off, he doesn't have the letters behind his name to let him do that. That is just an opinion. It is entirely one man's opinion. But why would he send him to step 13, which is not treatment? See, when you refer to somebody, if you can't help them, you don't refer out, you refer them back to me. They are our client, and I'm trying to find a spot for them. We also don't need you telling, okay, because I sat down with this person for an hour and a half. He sat with them for 10 minutes. And I have more of the letters behind my name to be able to do this. I also have caseworkers. I have therapists that help me with this stuff that says, yes, Dion, I think you're correct on that. So I get a professional opinion first. Why? Because I'm a peer support specialist, not a caseworker. I cannot give clinical advice, ever. I just don't. And what I think, Paul, when you came in, what I was saying about that is it's illegal to do that. Impersonating, it's called impersonation. What is that? Old behavior. It is old behavior. Do you see it? You see it. That's just old behavior. It's just that they look all happy and stuff doing it, but it doesn't. But somehow it just never gels. See, they want you to continue wondering what a recovery coach is so that they can continue doing what they want to do. They don't want to tell you what a recovery coach is because they are so far out of their lane, they don't even fucking know. Ask a recovery coach what their job is and watch the answer. Listen to the answer. I don't know much about recovery coaching. What do you do? Why? I do it all the time. I have people reach out to me that are recovery coaches that want to come in and be peer support specialists. They're perfect. They're perfect. They are. Okay. But there's going to be some education with that. I'm not going to just throw you in there. No, we need to educate you. Isn't this all about giving people the correct information so that they can make a good choice or decision for their own life? Isn't that what we're doing? But no, we want them to come our way because look at me. I don't care about you. I don't care. Because whenever I see that, all I think of is the 20 people sitting at detox that are probably going to go back out on the fucking street this week. I don't care about this other stuff. Here's the thing. We're celebrating way too early. That's that's part of the problem that I'm seeing. We're out there celebrating things we haven't done. And I will not be a part of that. I cannot get on board with something that hasn't been done and taking credit for things that just don't exist. I won't do it. I'm not here to fake people out. I'm like the Rush Limbaugh recovery. I'm the one that comes on here and fucking swears. It's because I know what is going on and I get frustrated sometimes. I get frustrated. Okay? Because I want you to have the right information. I don't need you on my side. I got God. I need you to take our side. This is a we thing. And the moment we decide to cut somebody else out because we don't like their behavior, that's when we have a problem. Right? You know what I'm doing? I'm actually going after the people that these people didn't want because they were crazy. I want those people. I want them. They'll make great recovery coaches. People that have PTSD and anxiety, they're great peer sports specialists. Once they have figured out their own recovery, then they are the best. All right. Thanks for listening to me on this. And I certainly hope I didn't cause any confusion. Like I said, I'm not against recovery coaching when it's done correctly. It has a fantastic need. That's why people seem to think sober living is new. I went through a sober living 30 years ago when I was 18 in 1989. And I can tell you now, it had more success than any other sober living today. And we didn't go out and work. We stayed in the house. We were homeless. Right? And what we did is we all worked together to keep a roof over our head. We had to work together or we did not have a roof over our head. Boyer's Coffee used to give us our coffee. We ate beans for every fucking meal. And we'd have to boil those things because there was mice and stuff going through all of them. That's real fucking recovery right there. That is raw, in your face. We're going to save your fucking life recovery. And that's what I'm used to. And that's what I enjoy. And I don't see it happening. And I want it for everybody else. Because once you see it, once you feel it, and God knocks you on the back of your head, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. All right. Well, I slept till 6:30, so I'm going to be up half the night. I think I'm going to go hang out with the wife for a little bit here. So, all right. I love you guys. Paula, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. And don't take it too... We're making a comeback. We are. We're making a comeback. I have my work all stirred up. I have like every peer support specialist going, yes, we need to do that. Yes. So you're absolutely welcome. Have a great night, Paula. Thank you. Gary, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Some other people had popped in for a little bit. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.